Good afternoon. This is the world news on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Here are the top stories. President Buhari charges governors-elect on campaign promises. Federal government approves 37 new private universities. IGP says May 29 inauguration sacrosanct warns troublemakers. Ogun Tribunal dismisses APP and MPP petitions against Governor Abiodun. In business, Nigeria's inflation increases to 22.2%. On the foreign scene, U.S. imposes visa ban on Nigerians undermining democracy. In sport, Godswill Akpabio Stadium approved for Super Eagles matches. Details of these and more coming up shortly. Welcome back. Now the news in details. President Muhammadu Buhari has charged returning and incoming governors to ensure they deliver on their campaign promises to the people in their state. He also asked them to take cognizance of the comparative advantages inherent in each of their state and how they can form partnerships with each other by leveraging on their various strengths. President Buhari gave the charge on Monday at the opening ceremony for the induction of governors-elect in Abuja. Represented by his Chief of Staff Ibrahim Gambari, the president noted that the outcome of the 2023 elections has shown that if an elected public official doesn't perform, such a person will be voted out. The Federal Executive Council on Monday approved the establishment of 36 new private universities across the country and online university. Briefing journalists after the special council meeting presided over by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, the Minister of Education Adamu said, with this approval, there are now 72 private universities in Nigeria. On this part, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, said the council also approved the universal implementation of the Employee Compensation Act 2010. He explained that the law is operated by Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund, noting that it is a replacement of the old Employee Compensation Act that was known as Workmen Compensation. The members-elect of the Minority Caucus of the 10th Assembly have rescinded their earlier decision to present candidates for the position of Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives. This was made known by one of the spokesmen of the caucus, Afam Ogene, after a closed-door meeting on Monday night in Abuja. The caucus, known as the Greater Majority, says after a period of time given to receive nominations and interest from its members, no member indicated interest to contest for the leadership of the House. Moving on, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, says the May 29 inauguration of Bola Tinubu as the President of Nigeria remains sacrosanct and can't be altered. Addressing reporters on Monday in Abuja, the IGP said the police would go and do everything possible alongside other security operatives to defend democracy. The police boss warned political actors trying to foment trouble or frustrate the inauguration of newly elected leaders to desist from such plans. He said that it is expected that true Democrats would subsum their personal political ambition on the overriding national security and democratic interest of the country. The theater commander Operation Adin Kai, Major General Ibrahim Ali, has disclosed the rescue of another Chibok schoolgirl. The 25-year Saratu Dauda was rescued by ground troops on May 6, 2023 at Akopa terrorist hideout in the Sambisa Forest, Borno State. Handing over Saratu to the State Commissioner of Women Affairs and Social Development, Ajia Zuwaira Gambo, on Monday, in Maiduguri, General Ali disclosed that prior to her rescue through escape, Saratu was married to Abu Yusuf, an improvised explosive devices Boko Haram expert. General Ali disclosed that Saratu left behind 3 children with her first husband and find a way out of the Sambisa forest, adding that efforts are ongoing to rescue the remaining children who are in custody of the husband. You're listening to the World News on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Still to come, business, foreign and sport news. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Welcome back to the rest of the news. In business news, Nigeria inflation figure for the month of April increased to 22.2% from 22.04% previous month. The National Bureau of Statistics disclosed this in its latest Consumer Price Index report released on Monday. The April increase comes across as the fourth consecutive surge in the country's inflation figure since the year began. The rise in food inflation yearly was caused by increased prices of oil and fat, bread and cereals, fish, potatoes, yam and other tubers, fruit, meat, vegetable, and spirit. On the foreign scene, the United States on Monday said it has taken steps to impose visa restrictions on specific individuals in Nigeria for undermining the democratic process during the just concluded 2023 general elections. The U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken disclosed this in a statement. According to the U.S. Secretary of State, the administration of President Joe Biden is committed to advancing democracy in Nigeria and around the world. It stated that the visa restrictions are specific to certain individuals and are not directed at the Nigerian people or the government of Nigeria as a whole. However, the U.S. government did not mention any of the individuals or groups of persons perceived to have undermined Nigeria's 2023 polls. In the world of sport, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has approved the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, for the Super Eagles' next home game in the 2023 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. The Super Eagles played their two previous home games in the qualifiers against Sierra Leone and Guinea-Bissau at the Moshood Abiola Stadium, Abuja. The Moshood Abiola Stadium, Abuja, was however not among the approved stadia listed by the Confederation of African Football on Monday. The Super Eagles' next game in the qualifiers is an away clash against the Leon Stars of Sierra Leone on June 18 before playing host to Sao Tome and Principe in their final match of the qualifiers in September. Coach Ose Peseira's side top Group A of the 2023 African qualifiers with 9 points and need a point from their next game against Sierra Leone to secure a place in Cote d'Ivoire. To end the world news, a quick recap of the major stories. We reported that President Buhari charges governors-elect on campaign promises. Federal government approves 37 new private universities. IGP says May 29 inauguration sacrosanct wants troublemakers. The tribunal dismisses APP and MPP petitions against Governor Abiodun. In business, we reported that Nigeria's inflation increased to 22.2%. On the foreign scene, we said United States imposed a visa ban on Nigerians undermining democracy. And in sport, we said Godswill Akpabio Stadium approved for Super Eagles matches. The World News was edited by Oluwafisayo Ajibola and produced by Abidat Tawhid. For more news and updates, you can follow us on our social media on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Al-IyamoyeTv and radio, on Twitter at Al-Iyamoye, on Instagram at Al-Iyamoye. You can also stream live by logging on to our website www.Al-IyamoyeTVradio.com. Thank you so much for listening. I am MODUPE AKINYOSOYE. Good afternoon.